couple weeks ago, my biology class went to a wildlife reserve for a field trip to observe animal habitats. It took an entire day to look at 4 exhibits. There were the streams, the beaver dams, the grasslands, and the vernal pools. We were split up into 2 groups. Our group went to the stream first. When we got there, we saw some screens that you would see on doors. Some upperclassmen demonstrated to us how to collect this species. What we had to do was put 2/3 of the screen underwater, and it was kind of like how the pioneers used to collect gold. The place where we were at for the field trip was the site of an old nuclear launch center, so there wasn't a whole lot of animals. It was mostly stuff like small worms and benthic macroinvertebrates, which are bugs that live at the bottom of streams. Some of the species that we did collect looked like small circles, and most of them were larvae. The highlight of the stream was that a couple of kids found a green frog with black spots on it, and it kind of looked like this. I don't know where they found it, but it somehow found its way to us. The next stop for our group was the grasslands. As you could expect, there was a lot of grass there. Along with the abundance of grass, there were a bunch of bunkers and a giant concrete building in the center of it all. This was the previous site of a nuke holding place, so we had to disguise it as a town so that the Soviets wouldn't try to bomb us in the Cold War. The place we were at looked like Diez Delfino Square, but gone nuclear. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, biology. While we were there, I found this cool caterpillar, which the Latins call
Tenuta virginica.
There were a bunch of meter sticks laid down on the ground, and what we had to do was identify the different types of grass in the length of that meter stick. I saw a bunch of clovers and different types of dead grass. However, yelling in the bunkers was really fun. Next place we went to was the beaver dams. When we got there, me and my friend found a passage through the trees to one of the ponds, and it was the perfect spot for a picture or a postcard that I didn't take a picture of. But I can tell you that on the coast of the pond, there was some algae in the water and patterson circles, a bunch of dead trees sticking up in the air like obelisks, and some skinny alive ones scattered throughout. And there was one beaver hut made of sticks piled together like it was made of super glue. Oddly enough, there weren't any beavers, and there really weren't any other animals. But seeing those dead gray trees was so cool, but also weird at the same time, because it almost felt as if the dead trees symbolized that all the animals were gone or dead. And finally, the last stop on the trip, the vernal pools, which are small patches of water with different things in them. The main thing that I saw were dead leaves at the bottom of the pools, as well as these purplish flowers, and I couldn't find exactly what they were online, but I found these, which are very close to what I saw, which are called Geranium Gerwat rosans, and there was also some fluffy green algae that looked like this. Also, when we were at the vernal pools, it seemed like every fly at the habitat reserve wanted to come swarm us for some reason. Overall, the trip was pretty fun. It was very nice to not be in a classroom for 7 hours, and it was very cool to see all the different habitats that animals live in.